Hey church, Pastor Gary here coming with This Week in Rock Hall. Hey, those of you who were able to make it to church on Sunday, praise God. Those of you who were at home and tried to log in to get it, to be able to participate online, apologies. We had gotten a new live streaming service and we didn't have it set up quite the way we should have. And we had some technical problems right before the service and we just weren't able to, we were afraid to try to live stream it. It thought it might create too much chaos. So we've uploaded the message. You can find it down below. What we talked about was the fact that you're promised. Not that God has made you a promise, although he has, but even more importantly, that you have been promised for the world. Like you are God's promise, that we as the church are God's promise. He made a promise to Abraham that he would bless the world through Abraham. And we as the descendants of Abraham by faith, right? We get to be the answer to that prophecy. That was that Abrahamic covenant that was given a long, long time ago. In Genesis chapter 12, we're the answer to it. That is what God was going to do to save the world. He was going to use the church. He was going to display his power, his grace through the church, through people like you and I. Imagine that. We get to be the answer to a covenant that God made with Abraham. You and I do. That's fantastic. We talked about that on Sunday, that's actually an act of grace, that grace in our lives gives us a new purpose, it makes us the promise, right? His work in us brings us together as the church to give us a new life, a new role, a new responsibility, makes everything new. That the old is gone, that we don't have to worry about who we used to be, what some people think we are. Well, it was a lot. Give it a listen down below, all right? Hey, this week, Wednesday night, we've got our youth group and kids club and all that stuff is happening. We have dinner at 6:30. The elementary school students come in at 4 o'clock and they're there till 6. And then the high school and middle school kids come in at 6:30. It's a fantastic night. I encourage you to come and just see it all in action. Last week we had 70 people for dinner. It's fantastic. Praise God for that. Thank you to all the volunteers. Big shout out to all the leaders, whether it be Becky Glenn and Becca Bigelow and John A. and Carol Kendall and Debbie Bergen and Debbie Nelson and oh my goodness, I'm probably forgetting some people, but Ed and Pat Leinert, I know they do a lot of cooking, and with Nancy Spitz and Shirley and Don and Marietta, and I could go on and on about the people who are there providing dinner and leading with those little kids. And you know, the youth leaders for the high school kids and middle school kids, y'all been there for a while. I'll shout you out next week, all right? But God bless you. Thank you for getting that started again. Hey, this week coming, remember, I pray you're involved in a small group. But this week on Sunday, we're going to be talking about the fact that you as the church, you as individuals, as individual parts of the church are strong. That God gives us a strength that transcends. So I pray you'll come and hear about that and live it out, more importantly. This week, remember the spiritual practice that I asked us to take on was the spiritual practice of evangelism. Telling somebody about what's happened in our lives, how he's changed us, how he is changing us. Tell somebody the good news, that because our world is desperate for hope, we get a load of guilt, but nothing to do with it. The church is the place where we find out the one who loves us no matter what, who takes our guilt away and replaces it with mercy. So tell somebody they need to hear, all right? God bless you all. Have a fantastic day. And remember, everywhere you go, that Christ is alive in you and he was looking to do something through you right now, right where you are. God bless you. It's an honor to be your pastor. Love y'all. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.